Hello everyone, Cup here and welcome back to some more Mechabellum. In this video I want to talk about the new patch notes. There will be a patch that's going to come out tonight or later today, depending on your time zone I guess, at 3 AM August 10 UTC time. There are quite a few changes in this patch and I think it will shake up the meta quite a bit actually. So let's have a look at the patch notes. First of all, there are a lot new variants or variance changes, and variants are the cards, I think, and cards that affect the units. First up, there's going to be ASSAUTL MARKSMAN. Increases marksman's HP by 300%, movement speed by 3, and the marksman's attack has a splash range of 8, but the range is reduced by 70. So this is very interesting and very odd, to be honest. Seeing a marksman go into close combat, kind of, and being a little bit more tanky and having splash, that's very interesting. So HP will be about, what is that, 4,500 or so? No, actually 6,000, right? Increased by 300%. So it's about 6,000 HP. Let's compare, what does a steel ball have? So it will have more HP than a steel ball. Interesting. Splash range of 8 is actually more than the splash of an ARCLIGHT. So marksman can be kind of used as trash clear, so to clear crawlers and fangs, I guess. That's going to be very interesting. Next up, added mass-produced melting point. Decreases the recruitment cost of melting point by 100, but decreases melting point's range by 10, attack by 20%, and HP by 20%. I was under the impression that they did not have mass-produced melting point in the game on purpose, but maybe I was wrong, since, well, now there is going to be that card, because cheaper melting points is kind of strong, I think, because the damage attack decrease doesn't really matter that much, because melting point as well as steel balls, so this ramp up beam damage is really strong in general, and it doesn't really matter that it's a bit lower. It's still going to be able to kill everything. So I think that card might be pretty strong, to be honest. Elite Crawler, the earliest round to appear is adjusted from the 5th round to the 4th round. Same with Elite ARCLIGHT. Not that big of a change in my opinion. However, now come the probably most impactful changes in my opinion at least. There are 5 Elite cards who are adjusted from round 5 to be able to show up in round 1. Elite Hacker, Elite Rhino, Elite Phoenix, Elite Stormcaller, and Elite Mustang. Elite, by the way, means you will be able to recruit that unit as a level 3 unit. So if you take the Elite Rhino card, you will be able to recruit a level 3 Rhino if you want to. And that showing up in round 1 is going to be super impactful in my opinion, because picking it round 1 and then in round 2 you can have a level 3 Rhino on the board. That's is probably not going to be able to be dealt with in round 2, because there will probably not be the damage unless the opponent has steel balls, I guess. But even then, so it's pretty strong in my opinion. If this shows up early, it can make such a big difference. Also, in general, these 5 cards being able to show up so early can, in my opinion, create a lot of volatility, a lot of variance in the games, because when they show up they can basically destroy whatever plans were made during that match until that point. So for example, if someone was planning to go some fixed strategy, for example Mustang steel balls I guess, and then Elite Hacker or Elite Rhino show up, for example, both of those cards can be super strong against Mustang and steel balls, and this can basically disrupt their flow and win you the early rounds, and then it won't get out of hand because Mustang and Steel Balls really benefit from levels and all that. Elite Mustang as well. Mustangs level 3 deals so much damage, can be so strong. If you get them early on, they just mow down everything. So yeah, let's see how this goes. I think this could make for a lot of very fun matches, but also very, volatile matches, I guess. A couple of cards were adjusted from level 2 to level 1. I'm not 100% sure on what that means, but I think it means, for one, maybe the cost. So level 1 might be free and level 2 might be 50 credits, but I'm not fully sure on that. But what it quite likely means is that it will show up more often. So level 1 cards will show up more often than level 2 cards, I think, especially in the early rounds. So you might see more improved Sledgehammer, improved Stormcaller, improved Phoenix, improved Steel Ball, mass-produced Fortress, and mass-produced Overlords. I feel like all of these cards, so all of these changes as a whole, kind of make me think that the developers want to bring more variance to the game. So these cards show up earlier and they will have quite the impact on the match going forward. This will give direction to either one of the players or both of the players for the match, like random outside input kind of. So this will create a meta where I'm hoping standard builds, like going Mustang Steel Balls for example, are not that common anymore because of these cards, and they are strong and they show up early. So this will kind of create more unique matches, I think. Then there are some unit adjustments. Wasp. Area specialization, price adjusted from 300 to 200. I really like area specialization and I have it equipped. So I really like this change. But I feel like a lot of people were not using it before, and yeah, 300 is kind of expensive given that Wasp dies so quickly. It's kind of a big investment, but yeah. Adjusting it down to 200 is good in my opinion. High explosive ammo adjusted from 200 to 150. I don't really use it, never really have, but okay. Elite Marksman attack bonus adjusted from 23% to 20%. Elite Marksman was nerfed on the Wasp, but also on the Marksman and the ARCLIGHT. So the attack bonus is now a little bit less, so they don't deal quite as much damage as before. So a slight nerf to carry ARCLIGHTs and carry Marksmen and carry Wasps. Mustangs. Attack adjusted from 36 to 35. So Mustangs are getting nerfed. Attack a little bit lower and we will see how big of a difference it makes in the grand scheme of things. But also armor piercing bullet, price adjusted from 200 to 300. 200 is very cheap. I always thought that, and I always thought that it shouldn't be like this. It seems like the go-to tech at the moment on Mustangs, and with it they just can melt everything and they mow down even giants. When they get a level or two and they have armor piercing bullets, they just, yeah. They can even take out Vulcans or something, and that's kind of awkward that they can actually deal with their counters as well because their damage is so high. And Missile Interceptor getting a bit cheaper, down from 300 to 250. Not played as much anymore because of the new Missile Interceptor turret, so adjusting the price a little makes sense, I think. And FANGs are also getting nerfed, kind of similar to Mustangs. FANGs also really strong when they level and they get upgrades, they get out of hand and they can be very frustrating to play against. So attack down from 55 to 54, but also the price of armor piercing bullets adjusted from 200 to 250. So yeah, also made a bit more expensive and they deal a little bit less damage. Let's see if this makes a difference. I think they will still be strong, especially with like hackers. Hacker FANG will still be strong, I'm pretty sure. Rhino Final Blitz, price adjusted from 300 to 250. I don't see it as much anymore, so it makes sense. I feel like if I see Rhinos at the moment, they most of the time have photon coating, but also whirlwind. And final blitz you don't see as much anymore. It was really popular like a month or two ago, but it seems like it's gotten out of favor, so price going down a bit. Maybe we will see some more exploding rhinos again. And armor enhancement, HP bonus adjusted from 20 to 35%. Stormcallers, high explosive ammo, price adjusted from 250 to 200. So also a tech that does not see much use. I feel like if people want to use Stormcallers to clear trash, they usually use Incendiary Bomb and just put everything on fire. At least for me it was always between Incendiary Bomb and high explosive ammo, and fire on the ground is just more consistent. I feel like it's just there and the enemy units walk in, and high explosive ammo actually needs to hit. But maybe now when it gets cheaper it might be an actual good alternative. And armor piercing bullet. No, it's not called armor piercing bullet, it's called high explosive anti-tank shells. Price adjusted down from 300 to 200. Launcher overload gets changed slightly. The movement speed increase adjusted from 3 to 5, so they move a little bit faster. And the range reduction adjusted from 45 to 40, so a little bit less range reduction. Marksman, attack interval adjusted from 2.8 seconds to 2.9 seconds. Attack adjusted from 2248 to 2329. So slightly slower attack, but a little bit more damage. And with this change, Marksman will actually once again be able to two-shot steel balls. This was a breakpoint that was super annoying. So Marksman barely couldn't kill steel balls with 2 shots before, but now they can. Very good. Very, very good for Marksman. Shooting squad price gets increased to 300 credits. And yeah, as I already mentioned, Elite Marksman, the attack increase is no longer going to be 23%, but instead just 20%. Arclights, range adjusted from 93 to 90. Hold on, something isn't right here, by the way. It says in the patch notes, range adjusted from 93 to 90 on the Arclights. Here it already says 90, but the patch isn't out yet. So I'm not sure if it's going to be 90 after the patch, or maybe the patch notes are wrong and they want to increase the range from 90 to 93. We will see what happens here. I think the attack range of Arclights is fine, but we will see. And yeah, also here Elite Marksman attack bonus gets decreased a little. Vulcans, range adjusted from 100 to 95, a little bit less range. Attack adjusted from 85 to 89, so a little bit more damage. And HP adjusted from 35,961 to 35,242. So just a little bit less health. Sticky oil bomb, not seeing much play at all, gets cheaper, only 250 credits. And armor enhancement, HP bonus adjusted from 30 to 35%. I think range adjustment is fine, a little bit more attack is also fine, a little bit less health also. I'm not sure if this makes a big difference. 3 changes, so it might, or it should make a difference, I guess, but at the same time I don't see it being stronger or weaker, but let's see. Melting point, energy diffraction, price adjusted from 300 to 250. Barely see this. It's really good when it works, and you also see it more in lower ranks, I feel like. Just dealing less damage with the beam and also the 30 less range are not that good usually, and making it a little bit cheaper, definitely a good idea. Armor enhancement also here, instead of 30%, 35% HP. Fortress. Also here, Elite Marksman gets adjusted, though I don't think I have ever seen an Elite Marksman Fortress in my life. So yeah. Also here, attack down from 23% per level to 20%. But also price gets adjusted. Oh yeah, because nobody plays it, so price gets adjusted down to 250. and also armor enhancement 35%. Hacker, this one is a big change and an important change in my opinion. Protection barrier, shield HP adjusted from 25,000 to 20,000. Very good change, very important change in my opinion. The shields on the hacker is just way too good, and they enable the hacker FANG cheese stuff. Without barriers it wouldn't work at all, and with barriers with less health it definitely weakens this strategy a lot. So this is very good. I think a lot of people will like this change, because nobody likes playing against hacker FANG. Or also similar, hacker Mustang also works, but Mustang's also nerfed and the barrier nerfed. So I got a lot of good nerfs in my opinion to popular meta strats. Overall attack adjusted to 3654, so a slight increase in attack, and HP also slightly increased to 15,630. So base stats a bit increased, so a bit tankier and a bit more damage. And quite the good change in my opinion, maybe even a very strong change. Field maintenance now adds an additional 30% HP, and the price is adjusted from 100 to 150. So this will be a little bit more expensive, but it increases HP by 30%. And since the heal is percentage based, this will also heal more basically, because yeah, 30% more HP, so there will be more healing as well. This might be really good actually. I'm thinking about replacing armor enhancement with field maintenance once the changes come out. And also here armor enhancement HP is increased by 35% instead of 30. Crawlers, Subterranean Blitz is made cheaper, now will cost 250 instead of 300. This can be a very strong upgrade, and at the same time you didn't see it much. It's kind of expensive too, so a good change in my opinion. And final unit adjustment is for Phoenix. Launcher Overload will cost 250 instead of 300. Also a tech that doesn't see much use in my experience, so makes sense. Alright, next up, core buildings. Significantly increased the HP added by core building Fortification. So with the last big patch they introduced the ability to fortify your core buildings. In my matches, I literally have not seen a single fortification used. Like, actually, I played I don't know how many matches, I did not see it once. Because it's 100 credits, and I don't know, it's so specific. You need to really make sure this will change the outcome of a battle. And usually it doesn't. It just delays the tower falling by like 2 seconds or something, and the round doesn't change based off of that. Yeah, it's kind of awkward. It's money that nobody wants to invest. However, they don't name they didn't state the HP added, what they will adjust it to, but if it gets a lot stronger, then maybe you can actually just leave this side or one side open and fortify kind of, and push on the other side or something. So maybe that strategy could actually work then. But yeah, let's wait and see what the actual numbers are. Specialist, heavy specialist, player HP bonus adjusted from -100 to +100. So I think this means if you pick heavy armor specialist, in the future you will have 200 more HP to start with. Also some small changes to matchmaking, some other stuff, and some bug fixes, but have a look for yourself in the patch notes if you want to. Nothing I need to talk about here. Yeah, so this is going to be an interesting patch, I think. I really think this kind of changes the direction of the game in a sense. So matches will be less pre-made, there will be less pre-made strategies because of the very strong cards showing up earlier that make actually quite a big difference on how the match is going to go, in my opinion. Also the unit adjustments, I really like all of them. They nerfed popular meta strats in a sense. So Mustangs and Fangs a little bit weaker and a little bit more expensive for the upgrades. And carry whatever, carry ARCLIGHTs, carry marksman and stuff. Also a little bit weaker because of the reduced attack bonus from the elite marksman tech upgrade. Also the final big adjustment for me that's also very good in my opinion is the hacker shield. HP down from 25,000 to 20,000 is very important too. So maybe Hacker FANG strategy going to become a little bit less prominent and a little bit weaker as well. So that's good in my book. Very curious to see how this is going. Can't wait to play tomorrow and see how the matches go. Anyways, thank you guys for watching. Hope you enjoyed. And I will see you in the next video. Take care. Bye.